What do you do with 30 years of belongings? The stuff problem. Here's the question I get more than almost any other, and almost nobody is making videos about it. People tell me, Cara, I want to move. I've been thinking about it for 2 years. I know it probably makes sense. But there's 30 years of stuff in this house, and I genuinely don't know where to start. There's furniture in every room. There's my husband's tools in the garage. There's the kids' stuff from childhood that nobody wants, but I can't throw it away. There are the boxes in the basement I haven't opened since we moved in. I can't even think about selling until I have all of the stuff figured out. This video is for you because the stuff is not actually the problem. The stuff is the symptom. The real thing that is underneath all of this 30 years of accumulation, it comes with 30 years of memories and meaning. And getting through all of that requires you to make decisions you don't feel emotionally ready to make yet. I'm going to give you a real strategy today, not just declutter room by room. That's not helpful. A real strategy. Before anything else, I want to tell you something that changes how most people think about all of this. You do not need to solve the stuff problem before calling me. You do not need to have it figured out before we even start the process. I have a network of professionals whose entire job is to help you with all of this. Estate sale companies, senior move managers, junk removal companies, donation pickup services, they exist purely for this situation. When you call me, one of the first things I do is connect you with the right people for your specific situation. You don't have to figure this out alone. And second, yes, in most cases, you can leave things in the house and it won't kill the sale. A well-run estate sale can often happen right before or during the listing. We just plan for it. It's done all the time. The idea that the house has to be completely empty and perfectly staged before we can list is not the only pathway. This is the most important piece of advice I can give you. Do not start with the photos. The photos are the emotional trap. You spend so many hours on one box and then end up more overwhelmed and you won't even really get started. Start with the junk drawer. Start with the laundry room. Start with the bathroom cabinet. These are low emotion areas. Go through expired medications, old cleaning products, junk, like real junk. And cleaning them out gives you some momentum. It gives you some hope that progress is possible. Get yourself 2 or 3 wins in low stakes areas. This will change your whole psychology going into some of the harder stuff. The basement and the garage come next. Not the emotionally loaded stuff, just the practical stuff. Old tools that nobody uses, the paint cans from 1998, exercise equipment that has now become a coat rack, and the holiday decoration boxes that haven't been touched in a decade. This is where you start building that real momentum. Then the furniture, large pieces that won't fit into your next home that your kids have already declined. For good pieces, an estate sale company can often get you real money. And for the rest, there's places like Habitat for Humanity, Restore does pickup, Vietnam Veterans of America does pickup. You don't have to load anything into a car. The photos and the deeply sentimental items, those come last. And by then you've already built enough momentum and enough confidence and courage in the process, those decisions will feel a lot more manageable. Let me explain how estate sales work, because a lot of people have some misconceptions. A professional estate sale company will come in and they do essentially everything. They sort, they price, they advertise, they run the sale. You keep whatever you want to keep and then they sell the rest. They take a commission and it's typically 30 to 40% of the proceeds, but then you pay nothing up front and you walk away from most of the stuff. For a well-furnished home in the Twin Cities suburbs, a good estate sale can net you anywhere from a few thousand to $20,000 or more. It all is dependent on what you have. The real value, though, is that it solves some of the stuff problem, almost entirely with one decision. I work with several estate sale companies and I've vetted them over the years. When you contact me, I can refer you to the right one based on your situation. If you want more full service support, not just for the stuff, but for the entire transition, there's a category of professionals called a senior move manager. And a lot of people don't even know that exists. Senior move managers are specialists in helping older adults downsize and relocate. They can help you sort and decide, coordinate the estate sale, arrange donations, manage the move itself, and even help you set up the new home. They work on your timeline with your pace, and they understand the emotional weight of this process in a way that a standard moving company does not understand. The National Association of Senior Move Managers, NASMM, has a directory. There are several excellent companies in the Twin Cities metro, and again, I'm happy to make that connection for you. Let me say something about the items that really carry meaning. These things might be tied to your late spouse or your children's childhoods or even some history. Here's what I've seen work. Before you make any decisions about where these things are going to go, just take a photograph of them, all of them. Make a record. A photo in your phone of every meaningful item means you carry that memory with you without carrying the object. Then invite the people who might be interested in these things to come and choose them. Your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews. Give things to people directly and watch them receive them. There's a special kind of joy in watching a grandchild claim something that was really meaningful to you. That transaction, that handout, holds more meaning than the object sitting in a box in a basement somewhere. What remains after that is what gets donated, sold, or discarded, and by then, most of the hard decisions have already been made. The stuff is not what's really stopping you. What's stopping you is not knowing what path to choose, what it looks like. And now you have a map. Low emotion areas should be dealt with first. Build momentum, then furniture, then estate sale or senior move manager for the heavy lifting. Photos last. Sentimental items gifted to people who will love them. And remember, you don't have to have this solved before calling me. This is something we will navigate together, and I have the resources to make all of that manageable. Link in the description to schedule a free consultation. I'll connect you with the right people for your situation. No charge, no obligation. Next week, do you actually have to fix things before selling? The roof, the HVAC, the kitchen from 2003? The answer may surprise you. I'll see you then.